Hey everybody, I'm Doug Shoemaker here with the Shoemaker Loan Team at USA Mortgage. And for anybody who knows me, I have been in the industry for about 27 years in the local area, in the Fairview Heights, O'Fallon area. Um, and I've built a lot of relationships over the years with different industry partners, everybody from lawn care to financial planners. My buddy Brice here is actually a homeowner's insurance agent, does auto, does life, all that good stuff. And a lot of my clients, especially the ones that are moving in, my military clients coming in from out of state, a lot of times they go to Google for this different stuff because they just don't know where to find the best information or the best people. And so, with all these relationships I built over the years, I wanted to start sharing these with my friends, my clients that have become my friends. So you've got some trusted resources. So today, everybody, I've got a good friend of mine, Brice Hazelwood. He's with Weiss Insurance. And Brice, why don't you tell everybody just a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. I'm Brice Hazelwood with Weiss Insurance. Just like Doug mentioned, I'm multi-line agent, primarily personal lines, home, auto, life, cycle, boats, so on and so forth. But yeah, I've been doing this almost 20 years now. I started when I was 17 with State Farm in their home office in Bloomington, Illinois, and made my way down here in the early 2000s. Started on the agent side at that point, and made myself to the broker side in 2010, and it's been a good career. Got a lot of faithful clients, and do a lot of reviews each year, which are very important to not only maintain clients but save you money hopefully every year.
Yeah, so we came across Brice 5 or 6 years ago, and I had been with the same insurance company for about 11 years, and it was kind of funny. They were going to drop me because I had a rock chip, like
Yeah.
when you have your grass cut and a rock hits your siding, there's a chip. I get a letter after 11 years that says, "Hey, you've got so many days to fix this, or we're dropping you." I didn't get a call from my agent. I got nothing other than you're about to get dropped, and this was a company that I sent a lot of business to. So I was pretty shocked. So Brice had come in and I'm like, hey man, why don't you take a look at my policy and show me what you can do? And not only did he save me almost $1,000 a year, but it was the same coverage I already had. And another thing, about a year later, Brice had reached out and said, hey man, your company that you're with for your homeowner's insurance, they had a lot of claims last year. So their rates are about to go up. But I've got this other company that I can switch you to and save me money once again. My daughter, when I added my 16-year-old daughter to my car policies, man, we thought it was going to go through the roof. Well, we added a 16-year-old girl to our policy and our premium stayed the same. So, man, not only did he save us a bunch of money on the house, but he kept us from having to spend a bunch more money on our cars. So, Brice, do me a favor, man. Why don't you tell everybody, and we've got just a short period of time. So, guys, any questions you have for Brice that he doesn't have time to go into great detail on today, he'll give you his contact information in a few minutes. Make sure and reach out to him, or you can comment in the comments down below or private message us. But Brice, why don't you tell me, man, what are the 2 or 3 most important things that people need to look for when they're choosing either a homeowner's insurance company or a homeowner's insurance agent, or just an insurance agent in general?
Experience is a big one, not just because I've been doing it for quite some time, but even myself being 19 years in, you learn stuff all the time. You don't quite understand maybe that you do or don't need loss assessment coverage, which is part of your home policy, or personal injury as part of your home policy. Some of those don't pertain to a replacement cost, or some of the more prevalent coverages that you see most home policies carry. So just making sure that you have some important coverages just for the what if. Definitely the experience over the years has helped me build that policy each and every client that I have today. Gosh, the second one, roofs in our area, the Midwest as a whole. Gosh, we get beat up by hail, by straight line winds, tornadoes, and I'm licensed in multiple states here in the Midwest. So I see it across multiple states, and it's definitely a Midwest thing. But we get new roof, our clients do, pretty often because of so much hail and wind. So you want to make sure that one, you have the right replacement cost, not only on the roof, but the house itself. But also some carriers change your roof to actual cash value, which is not replacement cost from time to time, depending on how old it is. So definitely review each year of your policy is very important regardless of who you're with. It's one thing I definitely pride myself on. Just yesterday, reviewed a client and their policy went down $1,000 just because we did a simple review. Didn't take very long. And we didn't move to another carrier, but we were able to rewrite it back to the same carrier, thankfully, that offers a rewrite program. But then the third thing in our area, earthquake is a big one, not so much towards central Illinois or towards the Chicago area, but more so southern Missouri, certain parts, well, heading kind of off Missouri. The magnitude for the fault line is supposedly going to be that great if and when it ever does hit. So earthquake is a big one. Some carriers are not able to offer it. Some carriers are at a $50,000 deductible or $100,000 deductible. Unbeknownst to you, you may or may not know that. So yeah, I would definitely say experience, the roof, and oh shucks, what was left? Oh, earthquake.
I can say, to all of you guys, I've noticed just whenever my clients when their homeowners insurance quotes are coming back, we've recently, just in the last year or so, started really noticing in the insurance companies asking how old is the roof or wanting evidence of the last time it was replaced. And we've noticed a pretty big difference in the premiums if the roof is older. So that is super important. And I think on the earthquake insurance, man, wasn't that the thing that on my policy, we took it away from my homeowner's insurance company and did a private earthquake?
Yep, certain carriers either don't offer it, and there's a lot of big name carriers you'd be surprised that don't offer earthquake insurance. So your policy may not carry that, but we couldn't do it in your case, either because it was a 3-level home. I can't remember the reason why, but we were able to put it with an earthquake only carrier who had a very generous or a lower deductible than even most carriers even offer. Some companies require a minimum of 10 to 15%, which is like a coverage A. So that's most houses, you're going to be at least a $50,000 deductible. If you get a separate earthquake policy, you can get low deductibles, low as 2.5%. In most cases, but some cases, the home may be too old, so you might be forced to like a 10%. Just
Well,
depends on.
think about that for a second, everybody. I mean, I always say that insurance is there to protect you against the things that you can't afford to protect yourself against. So how many of you guys haven't even looked at your insurance policy to see what your deductible is for earthquake, if you even have earthquake insurance? Because if your deductible is 50 or 100,000 bucks, I don't know about you, but I don't have 50 or $100,000, sitting aside for deductible on an earthquake policy. And the chances of an earthquake happening are very slim. I know that they say every 100 years we have it here. Well, that was 20 some years ago was the 100-year mark. So heaven forbid that would ever happen. But man, I sure hope you have insurance if it does.
Right.
One last thing, Brice, before we go here, the coronavirus stuff that's going on right now has obviously got the kind of world in turmoil, and there's a lot of uncertainty. People are scared. Has it affected at all your business, how you do things, how people can contact you? Because frankly, man, one of the things we love most about sending our clients to you is your service, how fast you get back to people. Not just that your rates are amazing, but that you really take good care of people. Is that changing at all right now?
Thankfully, my cell phone number is readily available for all clients for phone calls or texts, or of course email as well. I'm prompt on all three. Texting or email get to me a bit quicker than perhaps if I miss you, get a voice message. But I want to make sure I kind of forgot my contact info. 636-734-1310, or Brice Hazelwood. It's BRICE Hazelwood at Weiss, WEISS-INS.com. But no, my contact methods, thankfully, have remained the same. My office line is forwarded to my cell phone, most times anyways. So as far as ease of business, promptness, my service level right now is going to be the same, which usually is very quick. The quicker I can get it done for you, the happier you are, and the quicker I can get on to the next client to help too. So.
That's awesome, man. Hey, I really appreciate everything you do for our clients, man. I appreciate you taking the time to be here and practice our social distancing. And hey, everybody, I always say the best way to keep your economy strong is to start as local as possible. Mm-hmm. And so before you go to Dr. Google or wherever you're going, 1-800-cheapinsuranceNoservice.com, just keep in mind that there's a lot of questions that Brice needs to ask you about things that are important to you to make sure you have the right coverage. And although artificial intelligence is great and you can do a lot of cool stuff online, and I have heard horror story after horror story of somebody who got their insurance online, didn't really realize they needed a certain coverage or something wasn't included. Sure, they might have saved 10 or 15 bucks a month, but whenever they had that damage to their home that wasn't covered because they didn't have the right agent guiding them, man, that could be really expensive. So again, before you go online, I just say use my relationships. That's one of the benefits I feel like I provide to my friends, my family, my clients is I've been in this market my entire life, 40 some years. I've been lending here 27 years. I've got a lot of people that I've built relationships that I trust that have to care about their local relationship. So if you
Yeah.
need anything from, you know, lawn care to insurance to financial planners, you name it, I know somebody that can help you. Always feel free to reach out. Hey, Brice, thanks for being here, man. Brice's information will be down below. If you guys need him, reach out. Stay safe. You and your family are in our thoughts and prayers, and I hope to talk to you soon.